Oh, here we go. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the channel. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe button. Tell a friend, tell a friend. Here we have another crazy story, another crazy story. Imagine that, imagine that. Or some individuals, for example, Lil Durk, for example. Not even just Lil Durk. A lot of these gang members. Well, we're talking about Lil Durk. Focus on Lil Durk. Is Lil Durk? I mean, I'm not too much of a religious individual, but I heard something before. Is Lil Durk living his life like in the Old Testament, meaning an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth? I don't know, but maybe. Imagine that. Believe it or not, a whole lot of these gang members, they believe in living their lives like how they did in the Old Testament, meaning, you know, an eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. The New Testament, they completely forgot all about that. Believe it or not, they really did. They really did. They forgot that the New Testament said, you know what? I mean, go check out what the new one said. But I know it was not an eye for an eye. You know, it was something else. We're not getting too much religious, you know. So let's go check it. You go check it out. So these individuals right here didn't realize doing things how people did things back in the days. It wasn't productive. It wasn't productive for anybody at all. You know, that's why they said Jesus Christ had to come around and change everything up. So you know, someone, you know what it said. But let's get back to it. So you have these individuals saying Lil Durk. Well, hear what they're saying. I'll tell you what I think in a second. Unbelievable.
Booney, and to fans of his brother Lil Durk, as D-Thang was born on September the 15th, 1989. According to their mother's memoir, D-Thang was in many ways the polar opposite of his brother Durk, who was known as a wild child. However, D-Thang also had a short temper, which would often get him involved in fights, and as he grew older, he would also begin to spend a lot of time with older guys from the block, who were hanging out near their home on the corner.
As you can see, this video right here is about Lil Durk. Allegedly, he was living his life like how they did in the old days, an eye for an eye. You know, even though things supposed to change. It's not like, you know what I mean? I understand that something bad happened to Lil Durk's brother. But I mean, if he knew who did it, why didn't he just call the police and tell them? I don't know. Believe it or not, if he had just called the police and told them who he thought probably did it, or he heard probably did it, he probably wouldn't have to worry about what he's going through right now. That's why they changed things, because it always wasn't working. An eye for an eye, tooth for a tooth. It just wasn't working. It really wasn't.
72nd and Green, this area being associated with a local gang known as Dog Pound. Durk was seemingly always close with the Dog Pound crew, but likely due to his closest friends being from Lamron and Taytown, he would also spend more time in that area, despite living in the Dog Pound's hood.
Man, what block we on, Joe? Where we at?
72nd and Green.
What's happening right now?
Believe it or not, it's so unfortunate. It's so unfortunate. A whole lot of these individuals, they believe in an eye for an eye. They're stuck in always until they go behind the bars. And then that's when they start focusing on the New Testament, the new ways. It's crazy how things will get sometimes. Unbelievable.
Yeah, man, what's good, man?
Man, Billy D birthday, man. My cousin shit, out here getting it.
Everybody out here?
Yeah, man. And it's a big drill out here, man.
It's a big drill.
Big drill.
Where y'all from,
Rude
man?
boy.
Where y'all from, fam?
This dog town here, man. Dog town wrong, but I'm what we doing.
D-Thang wasn't the only one in Durk's.
You have individuals. I'm just talking. That's it. I'm just talking. That's it. Lil Durk said he from Lamron. Is that a street? I don't know. But does Lil Durk own a house in that street? I don't know. Does Lil Durk is allowed to go to that street and feel comfortable? I'm quite certain not. Imagine seeing you from a place that you can't go to and feel comfortable at. It's a crazy thing. So, I mean, don't forget these individuals, they live by the old ways. They really do. And what ended up happening is like, slowly but surely, they're all realizing that, you know what, realize that, you know what, the new way is a better way to go about doing things. It's a terrible thing. They thought the new way just came around just for no reason at all. No. A lot of these individuals